Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. People forgot about the whole Blac Youngsta Yo Gotti issue. Like they wasn't paying close attention to when Blac Youngsta actually split up from CMG. Like I told y'all, man, they not rocking with each other no more. As a matter of fact, Yo Gotti was told to drop Blac Youngsta off of CMG because it was way too connected to the streets, and they really looking at him for the young Dolph. Like if they was to do the Rico right now, they would come and get him, and then they would get Yo Gotti and all the CMG just because. After the restaurant, Yo Gotti is still laying low because he knows that Blac Youngsta is still out there, and he might be looking for him or something like that. Like Blac Youngsta and Shondell, they still rolling around together, and they could be mad at Yo Gotti about a whole lot of things, especially since it was people saying that Blac Youngsta was supposed to be kicked off of CMG and everything like that. So probably that's why Yo Gotti just been sitting back, because he knows if he pop out and show his face too much, that Blac Youngsta is going to pull up on him, and he's going to want to confront him about the whole thing about CMG not breaking up and everything, because they got to close down CMG because the Rico is coming, and Jay-Z's not going to be able to buy it fast enough, and he don't want that heat coming back on him. And so that's why all this stuff with the restaurant is happening. All these things is happening. Blac Youngsta is really looking for Yo Gotti, trying to get a hold of him. He wants to see him ASAP. And so this whole thing is like a catch and mouse game. When you guilty with association, that's when you got to remove yourself from those people, because what they do is going to come back and fall on you. And that's exactly what's happening in the case between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti. At first, they were cool with each other, but don't forget, low key, the only reason that Yo Gotti brought Blac Youngsta onto CMG was for him to just join the beef and get at young Dolph, because Yo Gotti knew that he couldn't actually go out there and try to actually find Dolph and do it himself with his own hands, because he knows that, hey, if he just has the people do it for him and he can just pay them, then that's good enough. And so that's when he really started to get a lot of people into CMG. You already know that he had Big Jook and one of the CMG executives that actually got in trouble for what happened in LA with young Dolph. They tried to run up on him, hit him in the arm. And one dude running away, he gets caught up. They question him and everything. And it turns out he literally is a CMG, one of the people who work in the offices and everything with the suits. So like Yo Gotti got his hands in this all the way. He's like knee deep, neck deep in the game when it comes to the beef that happened with Dolph and the people in the streets. Are they actually connected back to CMG? A lot of people was thinking yes, because of the fact that Yo Gotti either paid them, he was part of the team, he signed them or whatever. And basically he brought them on just to amp up the beef even more and more, because Yo Gotti knew that he couldn't go out and do it himself, to where he's going to end up sitting in the cell for 100 years. He'd rather have somebody else throw their whole thing away, throw their life away, throw their career away, and all for the benefit of Yo Gotti to settle his beef. Like, that's crazy, man. No wonder a lot of people rock with young Dolph way more than Yo Gotti. You could see it because young Dolph never had to try to set nobody up. He never had to really beef with nobody or nothing. He was just standing his ground when people was talking back to him. And so what y'all got to understand is that that's why a lot of people have way more respect for Dolph than Yo Gotti. And they saying, even though Yo Gotti is from Memphis, a lot of people say they never seen Yo Gotti do no type of turkey drive. He never did no backpack giveaway, back to school, any shoe drive, nothing like that. We've rarely seen it. If he's done it, maybe he's done it once or twice, and it's like behind closed doors, secretly, maybe donation to like the whole private school route, right? And not actually helping out the people who was in Memphis that's actually dealing with the repercussions of the type of music he's putting out, because he's talking about all this stuff, the street stuff. He's showing Blac Youngsta and he's pushing that image, and look what it's turned Memphis into. Now every youngin' in Memphis is just out to get each other. Like, they can't get along. It's no more being friends. Nowadays, people will rather have ops that actually have friends and business partners and colleagues and stuff like that. Like, they think that the only association with other people is either you disagree with them. There's no agreement no more, because nobody ever raps about coming together, starting a whole business and making millions and millions. they only talk about going out and sliding and doing drills and everything like that. And look what that turned Memphis into. Now it's like a war zone. You can't go there without hearing something tragic happening, whether it's from the people, whether it's from the laws out there. You seen what they did to that young dude in the car and everything, where they jumped them and whatnot, and they supposed to be the laws. So you see how this whole thing basically started from them just pushing this whole agenda of just street toughness and just going against the grain and just doing all the wrong things and just staying stuck in that crab in a bucket, crab in a barrel type of mentality, where Yo Gotti's not preaching about, going out and getting yourself out that situation. Then when young Dolph came along, he was the only one that was talking about, okay, y'all got to hustle it, but once you get that, you got to go legit. You got to get more businesses and do it on your own. And all of these things that he was teaching was going to change a lot of stuff in Memphis. Like, a lot of people would have been big bosses and learned a lot from Dolph. And not just from the music route. Like, Dolph had a lot of businesses. He owned like millions of real estate. He had CPAs and all these things, man. He had all them whips, like he was doing things with the cars too. So had he stayed around, more people would have actually been able to see that, got put on game, and would have started car lots. They would have started tax firms. They would have started all these things in Memphis, owned by the culture, and it would have completely changed the way the hood works in Memphis, to where people is going to start getting money now. The next generation was going to actually be wealthier. But then Yo Gotti and them came along. They had to press the issue. They had to just beef it up, go completely to the negative side. They tried to get Dolph out the picture, that whole setup thing. Hey, everybody at this point knows that it was a setup. That whole thing, it was a backdoor situation, man. They got him and they knew the time and place. A lot of people was in on it. And so now fast forward, and it's like, dang, they can't have none of that. And that's basically why Memphis is the way it is. And you see people like Key Glock and them, now they ain't even got no confidence to keep pushing forward on the businesses, because they're like, dang, without Dolph it's kind of tough. But they, Grove Hero was there to tell them to be the right-hand man, because he actually soaked up everything from Dolph like a sponge, so he could spit the game back to Big Moochie Grape, Snoop Bands, and Key Glock and everybody. You seen how what Dolph did is changing the community through Grove Hero. Like, Grove Hero got millions of dollars now. He started off as a comedian who Yo Gotti and them was trying to tell him he can't do nothing and he's only gonna make so much, and they tried to limit him. But as soon as he broke out of that Yo Gotti curse and got right with Dolph, dude a millionaire now, and you can't tell him nothing because he got it on his own. And him and Dolph did this thing, and Dolph didn't really even had to like put up a lot or nothing like that. All he had to say is just like, hey, look at it this way. And then next thing you know, he take off, man. And so that's why way more people are rocking with Dolph, and they call Memphis Dolph land. That's why young Dolph was the king of Memphis and not Yo Gotti. There's a reason for that. Yo Gotti wanted the whole other thing. He wanted the different way, but Dolph wanted to do it the right way. He was trying to get good with everything, man. And y'all gotta understand, there's two types of walks in life. You're either gonna walk a fine line between the bad stuff, or you gonna go with the path of the righteousness. And so that's what a lot of people gotta realize, is that Dolph was the good side and Yo Gotti was the bad side. And right now, there's a whole lot of bad going on in the world. And that's why you see the things work in mysterious ways. But through all the Dolph looking down on everybody, he gonna give them the spirits to where they're gonna defeat Yo Gotti and them in the long run. If you really look at the grand scheme of things, everything Dolph related to that is gonna win in the long run. And everything Yo Gotti and all that, it's only a time limit to it, because the Rico could be coming soon and they all gonna be scrambling. That's why Blac Youngsta and them, they no longer cool. He off doing his own thing now. You seen it when he posted the picture, and he does not wear no more CMG chains. He probably sold the chain for like 300,000. And Yo Gotti's gonna want it back. So now they got some more issues where Yo Gotti's gonna try to pull up on Blac Youngsta to get the chain back, because technically that's gonna be part of CMG. And if they sell CMG, the people is gonna want all them chains back so they can melt it down, repurpose it and everything. And so with all that being said, man, y'all gotta make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below. Let me know who y'all fans of, where y'all from. and everything like that. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.